Breaking news again from Egypt as we await with bated breath whether the English Egyptian team will discover that second tomb of Thutmose II. Will it be undisturbed? We have the discovery announced in March 2025 of a wonderful little cache of jewelry. It was found in a small ceramic jar, and it included beautiful little animal-headed gods, scarabs, rings, this lovely necklace that seems to be gold-plated. It was beads, gold-plated beads. I would totally wear it. And most interestingly, they found what's called a triptych, a triad amulet featuring the gods of Karnak Temple, the god Amun, his wife Mut, and their son Khonsu. So who are these gods? Well, Amun was called the Invisible One. In the later period of Egypt, well, from the New Kingdom forward, he was a preeminent god of Egypt because Luxor, ancient Waset, was the capital and he was the local god. Even the Nubians worshipped Amun. There's a wonderful mountain I visited in Nubia where it was said he was born. Now, Amun was sometimes fused with Ra to become Amun-Ra, but he was the wonderful local god of the capital of Egypt during the New Kingdom, and even beyond. Karnak was a very important site. What animal was he associated with? Well, you can identify him because in the triptych you see he has these two feathers on his head, but his animal was the ram. So when you see the Avenue of the Sphinxes and those sphinxes protecting the king, that is Amun. Who was his wife? Mut. She was the vulture goddess. And I know you're thinking vultures, they're nasty, predatory birds, dirty things. They were actually, the ancient Egyptians saw them as very good mothers. They nurtured their young. So they were protective goddesses. And even the word mother in ancient Egyptian was Mut. The sun, wonderful. Khonsu was the moon god, and he has a very, very nice temple that's been very lovely, well restored by RC in recent years that you can visit within the massive Karnak complex. Karnak itself is the largest religious complex in the world, built upon by pharaohs for over 2,000 years. You can get lost in Karnak. Spending weeks isn't enough. It's famous for its hypostyle hall of Ramses the Great, which has recent years had its colors cleaned. Also, recently, they're restoring this new court of Amenhotep I, the second king of the New Kingdom. There's so much afoot at Karnak, so much to explore. You must go there, but this find was made in this northwestern era, dating to the Sayite kings. Now, the jewelry is not New Kingdom. It's certainly not Old Kingdom or Middle Kingdom. It's during the decline when a native dynasty ruled Egypt between 664 and 525 BC, before the coming of the Persians. What do we know about this dynasty? They likely were of Libyan descent. They hailed from Sais in the north. They had this little city where they all came from, and they ruled from up there. Names like Psamtik and Necho. Not a very famous dynasty in itself, but we're learning more and more about the Saites. You'll hear stories of all of these deep shaft tombs. They tended to bury themselves in family groups near the ancient monuments, and they were reviving old styles in architecture, in religious practices, and in jewelry making, which makes this discovery of this cache of jewelry so intriguing. So we'll let the archaeologists take a look. It's going to be on display in coming months, hopefully, at Luxor Museum. Beautiful discovery of jewelry, Saite period, at Karnak Temple. Laura Ranieri Roy.